Welcome back to AA's Corner, where we, as the Circle Hub, reviews the Circle Season 2, Episode 9. We're getting to the home stretch. There's only 13 episodes. Um, my name is AA, and I'm here for the fun. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of fun while we talk about this episode. And joining me today is the cast panelist favorite, Miss April. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, all. I am April, and we need Michaela and Skylar to stop going all soppy.
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 Okay. They are soppy. So it's just the two of us for tonight's episode. Skylar should be joining the chat at some point. So let's go ahead and get started. So this episode starts with Jack and Lisa being given a second chance to stay on the circle.
Yes.
And they met each other. They were very surprised. I'm Emily, I'm Lance, two catfishes coming together. So um they get to create their new character who picture's already there, and he's an older man. And Jack said it looks like he has big dad energy. And Jack just makes me laugh every
I'm a
time.
little offended that they didn't even see his age, and he was like, I'm only a fifth of his age. Okay, so he's 100.
Well, he looked older. They didn't know how old he was, but they put him at 64. They do see his occupation is he's a psychic. They named him John. So he is a full-time psychic, part-time Santa. And I thought this was pretty cute for them to come together and do this.
I did
Um,
think Jack was taking over, though.
I
They
do think so.
they didn't. They portrayed it where he was making most of the decisions.
Yeah, well, and there was a lot of Lisa was like, "Yeah, go ahead, do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good." Right? So
yeah.
I did write down, are they working well together? Which it kind of shows like they are at this point. I mean, she's
Well,
letting he's taking lead and she's letting him take lead.
yeah. So I
So,
guess they are.
so then everyone wakes up with the newsfeed update. And everybody is so excited to see these videos. And they call on Emily's video first and finds out that Emily was in all actuality Jack. Okay.
I want to back up and just say that River was in a bubble bath,
I know.
and he did not ask how many bubbles there was, and I was a little disappointed that he did not.
I thought that too. I did not write it down, but I did think that too.
Yes.
So Mitchell comes out the gate and is saying, I'm shocked. I thought I was flirting with Emily, but it turns out I was flirting with Emilio. Okay. And Chloe gets a little bit of understanding. No wonder he wasn't flirting with me because he was flirting with Emily.
Yes.
But the part in Emily's message where Emily says, some people aren't who you think they are, hashtag got your back, gets Kat all riled up. She's like, he's talking about Chloe. He is talking about Chloe.
Yes.
So we're going to see a lot of this through the episode. Lance, his video's up next, and River's jaw completely drops as soon as he sees that it is not Lance. The only one surprised.
Yeah.
I really think he was so disappointed.
And I really, under Lance's message, I wrote Emily's message in a little note. I didn't write anything for Lance's message. She didn't say anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean, it's like,
Maybe I was too nice. Maybe that's why y'all let me go.
yeah, that's it.
All right. So then,
Is that where she did say, maybe I can let you meet him?
mhm,
Yeah.
he said, I will introduce you to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's like, yes, they want to meet him. So then the circle chat is now open like normal. After we watch these views, we open up the circle chat and alert, John gets to be in lurker mode where they can see the chat, what everybody's saying, and nobody can see them. So Mitchell starts it out talking about how he was flirting with a dude. Oh, okay, this is where Chloe gets it, right? So Chloe gets why Mitchell has not been flirting with her. River got Emily, but was shocked with Lance. That's what he put. Hashtag totally fooled.
Hashtag totally fooled. That is what I wrote down.
All right. Kat, after Chloe says that plot twist, didn't come see me, who did Emily go see? That's my best friend. um, Kat comes out firing in these messages. Like she knew from the get go with Emily's private message. She was like, he's talking about Chloe. And then like here, she's not letting Chloe go. Comes out firing. Any thoughts on any big revelations that kind of came out of this circle chat?
I don't think anything really came out of it except for Kat's going crazy thinking Chloe is a liar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Was Kat there? Who went and saw Chloe when they got, was that who got kicked out and went and saw Chloe?
It wasn't Bryant.
Um
It was not Savannah.
didn't somebody though? Um the point is, whoever it was, she said they came and got me because we actually asked, was that something she should have done?
Who was that?
Um, Skylar, do you know? He's on the chat. Do you remember? Um,
It wasn't. Was it Tara Alicia?
was it Terry Alicia? I think it might have been. Hashtag girl gang.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. And she told them during the circle chat that she came and saw her because it was questioned, did that help her game? So why wouldn't, if Emily would have came, Skylar said it was Tara Alicia. If Emily went and saw her, why wouldn't she say it?
Yeah.
If she would have already said somebody else did, and somebody that was causing problems, Tara Alicia, why would she not say that Emily did? You know.
Yeah.
So, but I can't. Kat wasn't there. Was Kat there when she got kicked out? I don't remember. But
No, but yes, but I think the difference here, and
can't
maybe
hear you.
uh,
Lean this way.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I think the difference here is
Exactly, Skylar. Chloe wouldn't hide it.
is that Emily said the people aren't who they say they are, hashtag got your back. So, I mean, that might be the only thing is why would she then say it? But I do agree with everything you guys are saying. And what River has said at some point is, or Courtney did, is she would have said it regardless
Yeah,
if
yeah.
she was catfished or not.
So maybe Kat thinks, okay, Emily went and saw her, or Jack, whoever, and Chloe's a catfish. That's what Kat's thinking. So that's what Jack meant by
They're not who they say they are.
they're not who they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
So
So,
anyway, that was the whole thing I got out of Circle Chat is just Kat going crazy.
yes. So then Trevor decides to private Mitchell. They need to have some sort of bond going on to protect each other.
A bromance.
A bromance. And Trevor starts off by talking about Emily and how, man, I was really hoping we could do a double date. And they had a little cute little chat. I think went perfectly fine for Trevor. Good timing there.
I think so too. Get somebody else on his side. Um,
Maybe, but a lot of what Kat has thought about hasn't been wrong. So I she did say she was gonna have to get risky these next few days. Um and so maybe she's just over strategizing, like oversharing, overthinking. But I mean she hasn't been wrong a lot.
well, we'll see how the rest of the episode goes with Kat.
Yep.
And with
So
that said,
Kat then decides to private Courtney and River, her southern queens. Is Courtney from the South?
don't know.
I don't either. But I didn't think he was. So I wasn't sure what she meant by
Well,
Southern.
he might be from like, isn't he from maybe Georgia, Virginia,
Maybe from Atlanta. Was he from Atlanta?
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 Skylar says yes, and Skylar knows all there is to know about Courtney.
That's true. Okay. So what we learned from this private chat with Courtney and River is that the boys truly have Chloe's back. I wrote down Chloe's bed, but I know
Them two do not have her bed.
no. But I think I meant to say back. And then Courtney reading River's responses just had me dead, like seriously. Uh, so he read what River actually said and then explained to us what River was actually saying. Like, Biznatch, are you stupid or what? River saying, Biznatch, are you stupid or what? We're not giving you our girl Chloe.
Yeah.
So,
Hashtag this is a bunch of mess.
uh-huh. So Kat didn't like how this conversation went, and she knew she messed up by specifically saying Chloe's name
Yeah.
on this one. They were not giving her anything together. And I think this kind of goes to show too how kind of in sync River and Courtney are.
Yeah. That's good.
Did you get anything else out of that conversation there?
Just a lot of shade on Chloe from Kat.
And she's very blunt. Like she's and this has been Kat the whole game so far, but she's very straight to the point.
Yeah. Where a lot of other people would say, what do you think? Who do you think? You know, what is your thoughts? Well, she's just pretty much saying, Chloe, blah, blah, blah.
What do y'all think about that? How are you seeing it? Kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they get an alert. Alert, alert, alert. A new player has entered the circle. So, everyone has a chance to view his profile and then heads to the chat. So in the profile where he says he's a psychic, they're all like, don't shine your psychic powers this way. Don't do it. But they all seem to like him. Like they're like, okay, he's a cute old man. In the welcome messages, I thought those went well. And Kat still brings up the Joker. And Courtney's like, girl, stop. Leave it
Yeah.
alone.
Yes.
But I think this goes to what Skylar was saying, that she is showing a lot of her game player moves here. And so in this, she used this welcome message as a way to say, oh, don't forget, we're still looking for who the Joker is.
Yeah. And at some point, she just needs to relax and be like, I need to play the game. Don't play the game.
Mm-hmm.
That made no sense.
It did make sense. We got you. I understood. So everyone is warm, and I truly believe Jack and Lisa did a great job of answering their questions. And we got to see a little bit of their notebook on how he has 3 children, and it's a son, a daughter, and another son, and what their ages are going to be. Like they're writing it all down. They're keeping on track. So I'm gonna pull up. So speaking of adding a new player, we actually have to pick new players. So give me just a second, because I'm gonna pull up the wheel.
I forgot who my players were.
Oh, I got it for you. Don't you worry.
I'm sure you do on that whiteboard of yours. And you didn't even tell us the point. The point.
We didn't add any new points.
I don't know, but I don't know how many points we got.
I can tell you that.
I think I have Trevor and River.
You have Trevor and River. However, you have to pick one to keep, and the other goes into the draw pile.
I'm gonna keep River. Did I not say that, Skylar? Fancy whiteboard. Fancy.
All right.
She's so fancy. She don't
You
even
already know. Okay. So Trevor's up for grabs. All right. So Skylar is gonna keep Chloe. So that means Mitch is up for grabs.
can't hear you when you're like that.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so Skylar kept Chloe, and Mitch is up for grabs. So we only have 7 players in the game, and there's 4 of us. So that means one of us is going to get stuck with just one player on our team. So we will see who that is. So here's what we have. I have Courtney, Michaela has Kat, April has River, Skylar has Chloe. We have Mitchell, John, and Trevor to work with. First up to pick Stop! Oh, is me. And here, just in case, I'll take a picture. I'm going to send it to the group chat. That way, everybody can see. It said me.
Skylar, don't you think it's too late for that?
What? Okay. So I'm going to add Trevor on my team. I got Trev. All right. So we're moving AA and spin the wheel. And it is April. Get Mitchell and John.
John.
So you have River and John. Now let's see between Skylar and Kayla who gets next. Oh, poor Kayla.
I think you need to figure out a way to put that on the screen.
I know. So on our first live that we did, I could share my screen so you can see it. So Skylar, you get Mitchell again. But I think you only get it now if I pay for this service.
Maybe you should put the wheel on your phone and do like this when it's doing it.
Well, I can't see you right now because I'm on the other screen. Do like what? This? Well, I kind of just did. I just sent it. I sent pictures to the.
But we didn't see it go blah 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 blah.
Oh. Skylar says I'd rather. So, do you want to give Kayla? You want to give Kayla your Mitchell? Is that what you're saying? You'd rather go without. You do not want Mitchell?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna give Kayla Mitchell. I'd rather be without. Okay. All right. So here's an update of where everybody is. Skylar has Chloe. April has River and John. AA has Trevor and Courtney. What? Oh, they're like the same person. And then Michaela has Kat and Mitchell. Points. Skylar and AA both have 7. April has 6. Michaela has 5. And although these don't count, both Michaela and Skylar each have a star. But the stars mean nothing. Those are just things I give away to give away. So there you go.
When did Drew Carey start doing this?
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you have to learn how to be a good host by watching the best. So after they have a chance to get to know John, it's game time. So they did a geek chic quiz. I'm not sure where the chic came in from it, but oh, maybe it's because of their little cute little outfits. So John, as the new person, and Chloe, as the number one rated person, got to pick teams.
At least she got something for being the number one. You know,
Yeah.
everybody else got to go to the little hangout.
Mm-hmm. So
Tyler,
John,
are you crazy for 3 points? You crazy. That's the medicine talking. Now Quill done gone to his head.
So John chooses Trevor, River, Courtney. Chloe chooses Kat and Mitchell. When River gets picked by John, he does this really extra long laugh, like just giggled for like a really long time. So I was wondering, was that his like I was actually picked before everybody else was picked laugh, or because he actually uh was already kind of like warming up to John because he reminds him a lot of himself.
Yeah, I think it was a little of both. You know, somebody picked me. That's really cool. You know, somebody I like picked me.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I
then
understand that.
you do. So then they get their costumes and they're all wearing kind of the same costume. I thought it was cute. So, question number 1. was, which planet is this? And so I'm curious, did you know? Did you know that answer?
I sort of knew. Like, I was like, if Pluto was still a planet, because I was taught Pluto was a planet when I went to school. So I was like, was Pluto down here? Did they take Pluto out? So this is Uranus. That's how my mind was going. So I sort of knew, didn't know, but yeah.
So I also wondered, with Jack being, you know, um, like going to school for astronomy, right? Or whatever. I can't remember. But I think the proper way to say it is Uranus, but everybody always says Uranus. And so I wonder if that bothers him. That's just like one of those like useless thoughts that kind of run through my head as the show goes on. Is that a pet peeve for someone
That's,
who
that's a
studies
good
science?
question.
Um, Question number 2, which, by the way, number 1 was answered correctly by Jack and by Kat. Number 2, they had to do a math equation. So, how many shades of gray by how many Toy Story films minus the stripes on the flag plus the number of Jay-Z's problems in his hit song.
Hmm.
Did you know there was 7 Toy Story films?
I did not. Was there 7? I thought there
Am
was
I wrong?
4.
I thought there was 3.
I thought there was, the new one was Toy Story 4, remember? So there's 50 Shades of Gray.
But was 4 before this show, this airing of this season.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that. Times 3. And
Okay.
then what was the next one?
So what did we say? Um
Minus 13
50 times 3 minus 13
plus,
plus 99. It's
there's only one.
236.
I got 133. Now, what'd you do? 53.
50 times 3.
Okay, that's better. Minus 13 plus 99. 236.
And that was incorrect.
So why is the answer 286? Because there's 4 films. I just did it
Because
with the
there's 4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Of course, I got it wrong during the show. I got 886. I don't know how I got that, but
So everyone is questioning how River did not know that Jay-Z had 99 problems.
well, see, I had to think about that too because it's like 99 problems, but you're not one, right? That's how it goes.
But a girl ain't one.
Right. But I know they showed the math, but I forgot. Okay, Skylar. Anyway, so 99 problems, but you're not one, or some, to that effect. And I was like, okay, you're not one, but is it really 100? And he's subtracting one. That's how my mind was going. Like, was there 100 or 99?
But if you're young and you know the song, you know the answer to that.
Is that a young song though? From the early 2000s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's still a 20-year-old song, I would be guessing.
Yeah.
So any kind of younger person would know that.
And people were kind of, how did Mitchell come up with 15 stripes on the flag?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you as a young person. Jay-Z has a song that talks about how many problems he has. It's a hit song. How many problems? How many problems? So my 14-year-old knows that Jay-Z has 99 problems.
Lean this way.
And he goes, and you're one of them.
Lean this way.
Okay. So my 14-year-old knew that Jay-Z had 99 problems.
Did he know it before he just heard us?
Yes, I
Oh,
promise you he did.
okay.
So, um, what did you
Ask
say?
him how many stripes is on the flag.
That's how I get my son's attention because his room is on the other side of my office. So I'll just knock on the wall so he will come in. Okay, he is FaceTiming. Hey, how many stripes are on the flag? How many stripes are on the American flag? That's not the appropriate answer, but how many stripes are on there? There's 4 stripes on the American flag, Marcus. Okay, the people in your ear need to get off of video games and go back to school. How many stripes are on the flag?
He don't know. He needs to study American history.
You need get off the video game and go to okay. All right, goodbye.
What did he say?
He said 13. There's 13. There's 13. As soon as I was saying you need to get off your video games, there's 13. He doesn't count. He listens to rap. Oh, the fact that he knew the answer, he doesn't count. Okay, got it. So, question number 3 was name these 3 basketball players. And Trevor knew, who was played by Delisa, that if she's going to get picked, they're going to ask. And she pulls out her handy dandy notebook that is filled with all of these notes. I'm still just so
I
impressed.
love her notebook. Skylar, did you text him? That boy is not going to learn American history because you text him. He needs to know why there's 13 stripes.
Maybe I should have asked him. So, my question is, did you know who those 3 basketball players were?
I knew 2.
I did too. I was guessing in my head Pippen, but I wasn't sure.
I wouldn't even have known to guess Pippen.
So it was Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan. But while they were waiting for her to answer, everyone was saying, "Oh, Trevor's got this. If Trevor is who Trevor is, he's 100% going to know who these people are." So she was under a lot of pressure. And to be able to get it right, she did. She cracked me up with her little celebration, like, "I am the man. I do this. I am the man."
Oh, it could have been another Emily disaster.
Huge, because it would have been a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But she poured it out. So
I texted him that too. Okay. Um. So the next question was: school is 1 mile north, home is 1 mile south from school. If you walk 2 miles east after school and then 1 mile south, which direction do you need to walk to head home?
west. I knew that.
I did too. I was like, okay, this way, right?
Yeah.
Are we surprised that Chloe struggled with this at all?
No.
No. So, Chloe said she's never used a compass because Google Maps tells her which way to go, which is I think Michelle even said this too. It's a valid argument.
Well, I've never used a compass. And I
Yes,
grew up before Google Maps.
you've used a map, so you would have to know, okay, I need to go north
I've
here.
used a map. I know which way is north, east, west, and south.
So we have Mitchell, who said 15 stripes on our American flag. We have Chloe, and he had the audacity to say, does she not know her north, south, west, and east?
This is to all the people that do not know. I was taught this, and I'm an older person. I was taught this probably in 3rd grade. Never eat sour wheat.
Oh, I think we were taught worms. Never eat sour worms.
Whatever. It starts with a W.
Okay. So,
And that's how I figure out things. So, still.
right, all these like little righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yes.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay. Yes.
I don't know that one.
That's your order of operations.
Oh.
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and
Okay.
so got it. So John's team wins. Jack and Lisa has a handshake that they do after they win. So I thought it's cool. They've already come up with their cute little handshake.
I wonder how long they should tell us
What day they're on.
how long it's been. Because to us, it's only been 12 hours. The night and day.
Yeah, so not to keep comparing this reality show to another reality show that I watch, but on Big Brother, it always tells you the day they're on at the bottom because they're there for 60, 90 days. It feels like they're there for 4, 6 months, So at the bottom it always says day 30, day 32, something like that. So after all of this happens, John, played by Jack and Lisa, decide that they want to find an ally who's kind of, they think, well in with everybody, well liked, and so they decide to private River.
I think that was a good move on their part.
It was a great move on their part because, one, River believes everybody, and he really wants to believe Terry because Terry just reminds him so much of himself. So I thought it was a quick conversation, but I thought it was a really Terry. What?
You said who's Terry?
Oh, Terry is John's husband. So
I got you.
Lee really wants to believe John because he reminds him so much of himself.
Okay.
I just threw Terry's name in there. My bad. I thought it was a quick conversation, but I thought it was a very good conversation for John.
Mm-hmm.
And
River.
And River, yeah. So then Chloe is ready to let Trevor know she likes him. And
she makes my head hurt.
And she cannot wait to meet him after this game is over. And so she privates messaged Trevor to tell him. She's ready to tell him. And Delisa was like, girl, don't fall in love. Don't do this. You're going to hate me when this is all over. And you best stay away from my man. Yeah. So my question was,
it's things like this and what we was talking about earlier, John and Emily and Jack and Lisa, and then this type of thing. If they've only been in there, let's say it's episode 9, so let's say 9 days because we don't know. And she's ready to say, I like you a lot, dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's got to be like couple, I don't know.
No, I think by this point they've probably been in there for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean it's got to have been a couple of weeks that. I wish they'd just tell us that. It's been a month now. This is where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So. But anyway.
So do we blame Trevor for keeping up with his character and going with Emma, Chloe with where she's going with this. I really like you.
I think that just means he's done a great job being his persona, and that's what you have to do because obviously Emily and Lance didn't do that great of a job, especially Lance.
Like from the get go. Yeah, so I mean, I don't blame Trevor because he's playing a character, so he's got to keep playing this character. If he stops now, um, that would just give her reason to question him,
Yeah.
right? And then he's in the same boat as Emily was. So, um, I know, and she feels bad about it herself, right? She's like, I've got morals. Like, I know this is wrong, but I've got a family. This is a game, and I'm playing for my family.
Yeah.
So, I do kind of respect that. So it pops over, and Jack was asking Lisa a question, and I wanted to ask you guys: would you rather go to prison for a year or go to prison until you were able to complete a Rubik's Cube?
I would probably take the year.
Me too, because I don't see me ever getting the the Rubik's Cube figured out. Like I would be there forever if I did
Yeah.
not just let me do my year. I've watched enough of 60 Days In. I think I could figure it out to
At
make
least
it
for 60 days.
easy. um so then Courtney, after that conversation that Courtney and River had with Kat, Courtney's like, I really just kind of need to check and see where River's head is at. So Courtney privates message River, just checking the basically checking the temperature on the Kat conversation. And I think they were both happy to see that they were both on the same page with she's coming for our girl. We need to let our girl know. Um, so they invite Chloe, and from the moment they invite Chloe, Chloe's like, I feel like something's happening. Just tell me what it is. And so they do tell her, but I thought it was funny because River was like, I don't want to scare her because Chloe gets excitable. Chloe is easily excitable. um, but this whole conversation, I just felt like this was a real tight group here. Like they really do have her back. And I don't know, and I would hope so, but do the, does she have their back just as much, even when she has the relationship like with Trevor kind of going on?
That's a good question. I think in her eyes, they're the top four,
Mm-hmm.
so that leaves Mitch and John and
Cat.
Kat. Um, I don't even think she's thinking to her. I got my two guys and Trevor, top four. Now you got River and Courtney thinking we're top three. And I don't know what Trevor's thinking. I got two, me and Chloe,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But who she would choose if it came down to you got to choose between Trevor, Courtney, and River? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. So, did you get anything else out of their little conversation there?
No.
I didn't either. Um, but then they get to have the VIP party. So the winners get to have a party. They got all kinds of fun stuff like pizza and the hat. What is that called?
Oh,
Where
the beer hat.
yeah.
Yeah, and a little pool table and
Uh-huh. And then the Genuine song starts playing. Is that Genuine? Or is that R. Kelly? I think it's genuine. Anyways, the lights comes down low. Everybody starts dancing, and still Jack just cracks me up when he smiles and he was doing like this silly like floss dancing, like the Fortnite dances and stuff. I just would have been dying over laughing if I was Lisa in there with him. He just really cracks me up. But even River was dancing.
So my question is, they showed Mitchell and he was like, enjoy the party or whatever. Could they hear the music?
I don't think so.
Because when they showed Mitchell and I think Chloe maybe,
Yeah.
the music was playing softly,
Yeah.
because are they that close that they could hear the music? And then how did they know they threw a party for him?
I don't know. Maybe
That's
because maybe because on the screen it might have said VIP party.
oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
This show just leaves a lot out
mhm,
that, and I don't watch a lot of reality shows, but the ones I do watch, I mean, they keep you up to what's going on.
mhm.
So, okay.
Sorry. um, I have a cough drop in to help me so I don't cough as much, but then I just choked on the cough, like the syrup from the cough drop, so it made me cough even harder. So that's what that was. Okay, so then after the party, John privates the group as a team. Courtney does just kind of saying, "Hey, congratulations, for us winning the team. We did a great job. You did a great job. Yay." So then Courtney says, "Let's do a psychic challenge. So everybody think of a number between 1 and 10." And John is like, "Wait, I mean, that's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm more than happy to try. I read energies probably more." And so River is like, "Okay, well, my number's 7." And he goes, I thought it was funny how he was like, "If he gets it right, I'm going to tell him he's a true believer." And I might even tell him he's a true believer, even if he gets it wrong. And then he does get it wrong, but he tells him he got it right. And then Courtney did the exact same thing. Like they both chose 7. And then they both were like, "I'm still going to tell you you got it right."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
Trevor did it. All three of them did that.
mhm.
I think I would be the one like, no, dude, that's not right. Try again.
Oh. And then River was laughing at it, saying, like, "I think we were all 3 BSing him. There's no way."
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought
I
that was cute.
I did like the fact that Emily John took things that they knew and told them through their energy things without giving up that they knew things. Does that make
Right.
sense?
It was very broad, but they kind of like how Courtney was like, "Well, I'm kind of reading this into it. Like, this is my interpretation of what he's saying."
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did a good job at that.
they did. You're right. So then, um, Kat decides to try to private Chloe to try to clean up her mess. So that way Courtney and River does not come back to backstab her. I thought it was funny how when Chloe got the message that says Kat is inviting you to a private message, she throws her book down on the ground and she looks over and she pushes her unicorn off the table. She is all fired up and she is fuming right now.
I wrote down dramatic Chloe.
Yes, she is. And what is this thing she does when she's lying? So when she says a lie, she goes like this. What does this mean? I mean, I guess it means I'm lying, but what is this? Because she was like, something like,
I guess I missed that.
she said something like, "I'm making something on the stove at the minute," and went like this. And I don't know what that is. It was at the very end. There's like 5 minutes left of the show.
I have no idea.
So then I said her voice went into high pitch mode and proceeds to flip her off as she's nicely talking to her in her high. And it reminded me a lot of my customer service voice, right? Like when you're talking to someone else, your voice changes, and my voice totally changes, and it reminded me when Chloe was doing this. But overall, not a good conversation for Kat because Chloe is not buying it. Kat waited way too late to try to have this conversation with her because Courtney and River had already informed her, hey, Kat is coming for you pretty aggressively.
Yeah. I
So,
do think that if that a good move, if there was one, was to right after finishing with Courtney and River, getting on with Chloe at right there. But why wait?
as soon as she thought this didn't go how I wanted it to go, I should not have said Chloe's name. I may need to clean this up now. It looked like she waited until she was ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad move, Kat. Bad move.
Not a good look. Not a good look. All right. Well, that's how the episode ends. Another episode where we have nothing to place bets on.
No cliffhanger.
No cliffhanger. This is the second episode in a row.
I don't like it.
I don't either, but we only have 4 more episodes left. So we've changed our night to Wednesday nights. So Wednesday, we will be reviewing episode 10.
Episode 10.
Yes. So with that, I want to sign off by leaving everybody this little statement here given to us by our friend Jack that kids, it pays to be smart, go out, work hard, and play harder. And that is all, folks.
Subscribe, like, comment
Join our hub.
because you love us. I'm done.
All right. Bye, guys. Until next time.
Feel better, Sky. See you later, Kayla.
Travel safe. Bye, guys.